What's up everyone, Zhaenn here for another walkthrough video, this time on Twilight Princess. Today we are finishing up the water temple, and this is episode 21, as you can see with the sidebar there. So, last time we acquired the dungeon item, the clawshot, and that's gonna be of course very useful in this dungeon. Now we can access a lot of places that we couldn't access before. And also, if you've noticed in the main room, some of the things you hook on to, you can only acquire them with the clawshot. So now you can spin the staircase in ways you couldn't before. So that said, you want to go back to the main room. So use this corridor with the enemy there. You can actually beat those guys now. You can like target them and use the clawshot to grab onto their little shell things, and that is going to pick up their armor, and you can then throw it back at them, and it damages them, which is pretty funny. But yeah. Alright, so you want to head over here. Of course, as I said before, I don't like this temple. I'm quite lost in it. I don't enjoy the water temple. The only water temple that I enjoy actually is the temple from Majora's Mask, the Great Bay Temple. That one's very good. Alright, so now that you made the staircase go this way, you actually have water flowing. And once you've done that, you can grapple onto this chandelier over here and open up this chest that contains a piece of heart. So, very good. Next you can like try to dive or something onto the stairs, which is probably not the best idea of the world, but you know. So then you can go through this door, and now that you have water flowing, this water wheel or this wheel of some sort, I don't really know how to call that, it's going to spin, so that allows you to progress where you couldn't before. So now in this room is probably going to give you nightmares, as I'm going to show you a bit later in this video. I'm really bad at this room, but it's okay. There, I'm trying to shoot the bats, but it's not really working. They were a lot easier to shoot in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Well, the Nintendo 64 games at least, because they were a bit slower. So yeah, these ones really fly fast. I don't know why exactly, but you know, it's not like it really matters or anything. So then you can grapple onto the top of the wheel and drop yourself onto this little platform here, and you can open up the chest to get some water bombs. So very useful. Then you can turn yourself up to this pillar that has vines growing on it, and then you can use the clawshot to grapple onto those vines, then spin sideways, or like go sideways. Then you can get onto this little ledge right here and clawshot up to these vines that are a bit higher up. Then you can use the clawshot to grapple onto this little target here and open up this chest on this little ledge right here. It contains 20 rupees. So very nice. Then you can clawshot your way back onto those vines and actually progress into this room. And you can do that by grappling onto these vines, which leads to the door. So you can then go through. Now this dungeon is very symmetrical, so if this room like reminds you of something, it's probably because you already did it. Um, so yeah, this room is just like on the other side. There's like a central room with spinning wheels or whatever. And there I was like, oh come on, I just jump off and I get hurt. But yeah, what I was going to say is there are spinning wheels, and surrounding it are like two sort of corridors, and then one room where you go up to the top floor. So yeah. So then you can use a bomb arrow on these insect enemies to blow the bubble away, and they die pretty quickly, so they're not really much of a problem. Alright, so over here you might be wondering what to do, but actually you can't do anything right here, so you need to go through this door. When you're back into this room, you can see that there is an underwater area, and I really don't know what I'm doing right now. But yeah, you can go into this room with the vines right here. I just don't know what I was doing. But yeah, fair enough. So you can use those vines to cross onto the other side, and then you can use those vines to go up. And when you get up to this soon to be water slide, just like the other one was, you can see this one has holes in it, but of course now that you have the claw shot, it's not a problem. You have to be careful of this water geyser right here, because if it catches you in midair, it is going to knock you down. So just, time yourself correctly so that you don't have to restart all over again, because that would be bad. So, just making our way. I was actually afraid that I was going to fall, but apparently not. So, I'm fine with it. So as I said before, you can beat those guys that rush towards you. I don't know their name, their official name actually. But you can try to beat them if you want, but it's just not worth it. So there I was like, well, can't I, grapple onto this? And apparently you can't. So I was like, alright, well. The important thing that you do is go up this ladder and jump to this handle right here. Now, there was another chest like this one on the other side too, but I just decided not to get it because you didn't have the clawshot at that time. So what you had to do is take your iron boots and slowly walk up the spiral staircase or whatever. You have to actually do that, and that is just very tedious. But then of course you're going to fall through the holes that are there, so it's gonna be a bit of a quicker journey. There I was not really trying to go underwater. I was more trying to dash, when you're in your normal form. You can use A to dash in the water. I was trying to do that, but I forgot that I was wearing the Zora armor, which makes you dive instead. So I ended up diving into piranhas, which is not the best thing to do. So once you activated this, water is now flowing through these little corridors over here. And actually I think this is where I go to the other room. Yeah. So water is now flowing, which means if we go back to the central room and we spin the staircase around in odd ways, we can access new rooms and make some movement that weren't there before. I don't know if you understand what I mean, but I guess you'll see soon enough. So once you get over here, you're gonna see that you are blocked off right over here. But yeah, you can open this door right here, and you're gonna see that this wheel is now spinning. So of course the first reflex you have is get onto it, and you're gonna be attacked by this Lizalfos, I think it's called. I know there's like Lizalfos and Dinophos, and I really don't know like the difference between them. But of course this one is going to live because it fell, and then I push it back onto the wheel, so it's like this guy just doesn't die. But you know, it's all okay because you can come over here and grab this chest. You could have grabbed this earlier, but you know, it's 20 rupees, so it's not like that important. So back into this room, you can actually attack this Lizalfos before it kills you. And what you need to do now is go back from the way you came into this room. So what I mean by that is, you know, those pillars with the vines and stuff, you need to do like the, well, you'll see. I really don't know how to explain myself today. I don't know why. So when you grab onto those vines right here, you can drop yourself onto this ledge, and then you know, you came from under, so grapple onto these vines right here, and there I'm using this little transition because this took forever. Alright, you know this spinning wheel? You need to grab onto the one that has not a chain on it, you know. There's one that is free, and you need to grab onto it just like that. Of course the platform's in my way now, but the first one took ages, alright, because if you miss, you have to wait for the wheel to make a complete turn before you can even try again. So it's really tedious, and it took a long time, so I just decided to cut that out and, you know, not make you guys suffer the fate of watching that, because it was painful to watch, so I'm just sparing you guys. But yeah, so if you don't understand what happened there, it's just a little cut for you guys. Alright, so when you are here, you can dive underwater using your Zora form, and there are going to be a few enemies along the way, but just don't mind them. Of course, you can like use your iron boots like that. And here I use a water bomb, but there's actually like these little fish right here, and they act like water bombs. So if you don't have them, you know, do not turn back and go back to Kakariko village to buy some, because there are some that are right here. So yeah. So avoiding all the enemies, you can get up to this door. And once you open it, you're gonna find yourself in a circular room with a pillar in the middle. But unfortunately, there's nothing you can really do over here. This room in the water actually contains only like piranhas and, you know, general monsters that you do not want to fight. So just avoid them. They actually got hit by the electricity. And yeah, I really don't know how I got hit by that, but you know, it's fine. So then there is another rock over here. You can use a water bomb to blow it up. I don't think this one has little bomb fishies over here, but you know, I'm pretty sure that you have water bombs with the amount that they give you. If you're not wasting them, you know, using bomb arrows or something, you should be fine. So, once you do that, you can enter this room, and there is a familiar enemy. Of course, that is like the 4th one that we battled in this dungeon. So just go ahead, blow up this bubble with a bomb arrow, and then you can slash at him and kill him. So then you're gonna see this like thing under here, and you can't really do anything about it. But you can notice this clawshot target over here, and if you try to let go, then you're just gonna fall back onto this. So what you need to do actually is grab onto this, and then let the chain drop you, and once you're like past it, you can of course drop down, and you're gonna go onto this central pillar that was in the room before, and the large chest over here contains the big key. So now that we have that, we can go back to the central room where the dungeon boss is located. So we can just make our way over there, and I'm gonna get hit again in the same spot, because you know, I don't learn from my mistakes, and it's okay. It's okay. Alright, so back over here, there is a chest that you can open that contains water bombs. So again, if you are missing water bombs, just find this chest over here, and you're good to go. Once you're back into this room, you want to make your way up to the far side of the room. And of course, I missed the target there to get hit by that. I don't think I would have been hit if the target would have moved and I would have grabbed onto it. But you know, it's fine. So, while we make our way over here, I can just, I guess, talk about the temples in this game in general. So in general, I think that the temple in this game, I'm having a hard time already, but I think the temples in this game are really well designed and well thought out. Of course, this was one of the first Zelda games I played. First one was actually Ocarina of Time, and then Majora's Mask, but then it was Twilight Princess. So I really enjoyed the items, and you know, the variety of items that you encounter in this game. I'm not gonna spoil any if you like, if you don't know this game, you're just watching it for the first time. So I'm not gonna spoil anything, but you know, you just get some interesting items that you don't really see in other games, or games that I've played actually I should say, because I did not play all of them. But yeah, then I thought that these items were really well thought out for the dungeons, and just the design for them and the ideas, what made it into the temple, is really good. Makes it a pleasant adventure, I would say. But of course I still hate this water temple, because because you know it's a water temple. Everybody hates them. Well, I guess a few likes them, but I'm not one of those few. So of course, back into this corridor, this wheel is going to spin. You can run into the Tektites if you want. You know, give them a big hug because you're not gonna see them again. You know, stuff like that. So then when you get back into this room, you're gonna see the water flowing into the central thing. And that's gonna raise the water level at the platform where the boss lives. But first off, we're gonna need to do something else. If you've noticed, we are almost done with this temple, and we only have one heart piece. Now, the second heart piece is actually located in a room we have already visited, and that is over here. Now, we couldn't do anything about this, simply because there was no water. Alright? And actually, you need to have water over here, so my bad. As I said, this temple is not my favorite. I really don't know it by heart. I don't know where to go. I just figure it out. It's always like the first time you play. So yeah, actually when you come here, just flip this switch on and water's gonna flow. But you know, the first time you play a temple, you don't really know where to go. You don't know how to do things. Well, for me, no matter how many times I play this game, you know, with decent time between sessions, I don't know, I just don't remember this temple at all. Like, you know, I can make one mistake in other temples, but this one, I'm just filling it with mistakes all the time. So, I don't know. It's like I hate this temple, but also this temple hates me. So, once you've raised the water level over here, you can use this bridge that we saw a while back, and you can grapple onto this target right over here while still stepping on the switch, because if you don't, it's not gonna work. And you can open this large chest to get the second heart piece of this temple. So once you are done, you can use the target that's over here and flee from these enemies, because it would be a waste of time. So once we are done with this, we can go back to the central room and open the boss's door. Now we have the big key and everything that we need in hand. We have the 2 heart piece from this temple. I think we are ready. Sorry about that. I think we are ready to challenge the boss. So as I said, the boss is located in the central platform over here. Oh, and I'm really sorry about that. I just noticed this chest and it has a dungeon map, so you can see how like bad I am at this. But yeah, so you want to make your way up to the central platform, like I said before, and there you're going to find a locked door. And actually, at first I thought this was a regular locked door, but apparently not. It's like a big lock, but it just doesn't appear like it. So you're gonna find this big hole. So that's gonna be it for this episode. Next time we challenge the boss. Ciao.